Hey there, how are you? Chris, EHS, Physical Therapy and Chiropractic. I'm here with Mackenzie.
Hi.
So that's Mackenzie Peterson. She's our new physical therapist here at our clinic. And I wanted to talk today about some kind of scapular or shoulder blade pain. It's a pretty common occurrence that we see quite a few people for, whether it's somebody who's in a desk and is forward a lot, a driver, maybe somebody who's kind of has to be on phone or writing a lot with a kind of a forward head. So what tends to happen, I'll have you just turn here, Mackenzie, a little bit. What tends to happen is pain along one side, maybe both. If it is both, it tends to be asymmetric, where one side's a little bit worse than another. But it's kind of a vertical spot between the shoulder blade and the spine. And sometimes it's even on the top in this trap. So maybe like a kind of an upside down L shape, or a backwards 7 shape on this side, or shape of a 7 over here on this side. What we like to do for that is at least run through and fully check and assess the upper thoracic or lower cervical spine, because many times it'll feel like a shoulder blade. You don't have neck pain. It'll be here, maybe it'll even be into the upper back and shoulder and arm. And so it feels like a shoulder problem, even though many times it's coming from there. So what I like to do for that one, let's just say you had some of these TRX bands at home. They're sturdy, kind of canvas bands that they don't give. They're not like rubber bands that give. They don't have that kind of resistance. We just basically use these to use our own body weight. You could also use a sheet or a long bed sheet, as long as it's secured well to something, that could be similar. So what we'll do first is Mackenzie's going to grab the bands, and she's going to grab the handles, and she's going to lightly, and come over this way more to the mice, there you go, kind of lean back. So by leaning back, letting the arms go straight, so right here, so she's not quite all the way vertical, she's not all the way horizontal, she's at a 45, and from here, she can tuck the head straight back into retraction, and then let it just roll back. So there you get some lower cervical extension, upper cervical extension, and a bit of a traction force, because now it's not doing it just in sitting this way where gravity's pushing down, now it's slightly pulling these spots open. So I like this one to start with, because you can let your hands hold on here, you get a stretch through the mid-back, and then you just repeatedly, as you're holding, let that head tuck and roll back, and then come back up. Tuck and roll back. That usually feels pretty good to all of those muscles in that area. Pretty darn good. So after that one, then I'd stay in that position and then just work into some more rows. So now she's going to keep the head slightly tucked in, nice and tall, and she's going to pull the shoulder blades together in the back, come all the way up, pull, 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 until she's standing upright. Yep. She can bring her feet back just a little bit. More back that way, sorry, there you go. Yep, that way. So the further you bring your feet forward, the harder it's going to be, because the more body weight and gravity is going to be backwards. And the more vertical you start, the easier it's going to be. So that's why I like these. You can adjust how difficult they are by moving your feet forward or backwards with how much body weight. Yeah, so if she really comes down there, that's harder. She's more horizontal, more gravity, harder to do. Yep, so that's a little bit tougher. And then easier would be all the way standing straight up and down, and then she's just barely bringing her body up to straight. So that's number 2. Number 3 is we're going to kind of do a bit of a shoulder press, and she's still going to stay tucked in, then we're going to kind of just press up into the shoulder, and then you come over this way, there we go, right there. So she's going to kind of come there, and then shoulder press. Now, she's actually getting a little bit of, because of the way she's facing, she has to pull forward a little bit, contracting some abs and some lats, and she's contracting in the back there, pulling those shoulder blades together on the way down. She's adding a little bit of a squat, which is real nice, because we get the legs, we get the core. So she's staying in a nice neutral head position. She's not pushing forward, keeping it right through there. And that's one way to do it. The other way would be to turn the other way. And then now, as she's pushing up, now she has to externally rotate the shoulders and pull back and then press up. So that works more, I think she probably feels this one more in the shoulders. Yeah, so she feels this more in like that cap of the shoulder as she does it. So 2 different ways to do a shoulder press on this one. And then the last one that I'll show you is a push-up. So we'll go back to the front way. And then she's going to have the hands here like you would be doing a wall push-up. But what I like about these is that you can really let the chest fall as far as you can, because there's no wall that's going to stop you. So you can get a nice stretch in the pec and the anterior shoulder, which was a lot of times get tight and shortened because of all the things we do in front of us. So she's allowed to really stretch back and keep that head back in neutral and not push the head forward. and the shoulder blades still pinched together in the back when she's down, and then she uses the chest and shoulders when she comes up. So those would be the about 4 to 5 exercises that I would do specifically if you have these straps and it pertains to or relates to a pain in the shoulder blade, upper trap, or into the arm. That's where I would go right off the bat. Should be pretty easy for you to do at home. Let me know if you get a result with that. Let me know if it feels better, if it feels worse. Like what happens when you do these. I would love to hear from you, answer any questions that you have, and hopefully it's very helpful to you. Thank you very much, Mackenzie.